Okay, we'll check this one out on audio and see where we're at. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, this has got 3 different settings. We're gonna try this one here, and we'll go from that point. But I don't know why I'm losing audio on feed. So I went ahead and changed to a different camera for number 1. Number 2, I plugged in my Snowball, so it's specific audio that's all on its own. So, yep. Am I loud enough with this microphone? This is a whole different microphone, and I've got a different camera that I hooked up just to make sure. So, good evening, Hambo. Good. Okay. Well, I'll leave it on the setting that it's on. I used to use this microphone a long time ago, but I've had such crappy internet up until here recently, and then I had some issues with the computer last year. I went ahead and did another upgrade just last month, actually. Matter of fact, just a couple of weeks ago. So I've got a whole new computer. Like I said, I'm using the Snowball for the microphone, so hopefully we've got really good audio compared to what I've had in the past. So, but yeah, we'll try this, and then I've got, like I said, I've got 2 other settings on this. So this is setting 1. Second here. All right, that's setting 2. I don't know if that's quieter or if it's louder. I don't know if you guys can notice a difference or not between the 2. See which one you guys like better. Other way? Okay. 1 it is. Okay. I'm gonna make that just a little bit tighter. All right, so anyways, we'll try this. Like I said, it's a whole different microphone, and it's even a different camera that I'm plugged into. Like I said, just trying to figure out what's going to work. There's been so many different changes as far as with YouTube and Facebook and this and that. Everybody's using something different or different requirements that we all have to meet now. So, okay. Get this soldered up. Well, thank you, Hambone. You had technical difficulties. Yeah, I know I did it yesterday. I don't know if it's the camera. That's the reason. That's part of the reason why I changed and went to the other camera that I've got. Another thing is the and the audio. Like I said, if it is an audio issue, hopefully this desk mic that I'm using, hopefully that works a little bit better. I don't know what the sound quality of the audio is on this one versus the one on the camera, but I'm sure this one's got to be a lot better. If some of you have ideas as far as better equipment for running a podcast, drop me some info and let me look into it. Because I'm more than happy and willing to go ahead and upgrade some of the equipment so that we've got better, better broadcasts for everybody. Yeah, I come across this one actually about 2 years ago, and the only reason why I quit using it for a long time was because of the fact that the internet was so crappy here where I'm at, and the computer was actually having a hard time. That computer actually crapped out. Then I got my laptop that I've used for the last year up until about a week ago. So, well, actually, about 2 weeks ago, I've got a newer computer that's got a little bit more memory, faster processor speed. This one's actually got the iCore 7, 8th gen. So uh, pretty good, pretty good. It seems to be, anyways, a pretty good computer. But just trying to figure out what's going to be best for the suited application. So but that's what we're after anyways, is to figure out what's going to be overall the best. But yeah, it's got a little microphone down there where I can mute it for certain portions, which it hasn't been muted, but now I only have two of the little green lights that are lighting up off and on. So I don't know if that's part of the whole YouTube experience, if you will, or if that has to do with something else. So not 100% sure on that. Okay. Trim this down here. Yeah, this camera's just kind of on a haphazard setup. I've actually got it. Actually, I hate to say it, but I've actually got it uh, taped to my mount up ahead that's above my head here. Um, like I said, it's not there on a permanent scale, but it was just one of those where it was the fastest way to do it. For some reason, this one doesn't have the mounting location like the other one does, where I can go ahead and just plug it directly in. So, and actually, I can shorten that wire up just a little bit more even yet. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is keep that one wire as far as for the input to this board for the keying circuit, which this one is not like the traditional keying circuits that you see everybody else using, including me. This is actually one that I bought from Pride Electronics, and part of it has to do with the fact that he made me a pretty good price, so I ordered 25 or 30 of these just to try them. It's pre-manufactured on the board. Hey, good evening, Jeremy. I see you decided to pop in. But anyhow, like I said, it's pre-built, but it uses tip 31, which is great if you're running multiple relays off of the same keying circuit. So, like I said, I've been been trying them out. So far, I've been pleased with them. Um, again, there's multiple different ways of doing it. Um, Thankfully, I bought these already pre-assembled, so that does help as well. But if there's always a better method, I'm more than willing to learn about any kind of a new method that there is out there. Get this ground here while I can. It's going to be a whole lot easier to get to it right where it's at now than before I put the keying circuit in. Raining in Georgia, huh? Well, right now, I mean, granted, we've got cloudy skies, but overall, it's actually been, fairly decent day overall here. Leastwise, I can't complain. Yep, definitely can't complain with the weather we've had, even though we've got a little overcast. No, it's not you. Like I said, for whatever reason, it's YouTube, either YouTube's doing it or it's the camera. So, like I said, I went to a whole different source as far as for the audio, and hopefully that'll take care of it. If that does, and if this actually sounds better than any of the other audio versions that you've had, let me know. Send me a message or something. And if so, that's what we'll do is we'll start using this microphone here from this point forward. Can't remember the number. Well, if you can, I don't have a clue then. Well, is it Nashville, Indiana? Because I actually have I've got a 318 here in Nashville, Indiana. Thought maybe, but no, it's 318, not 518. Now, hopefully, once we get this all taken care of and put in, I'm hoping whoever wins this at least post pictures in the Facebook page I've got. Yeah, like I said, the 318, 518, the 18 portion of it was what kind of rang a bell besides the Nashville. So, like I said, it's one of those where, you have to think about it first before you actually say it. Well, Jeremy, hopefully you don't have too hard of a day going on for you tomorrow. I know you've been working on your place and doing a bunch of different things as far as down there in Alabama. You've been doing a lot of different. You've been into a lot of different things here in the last 6 months or so. But it was good to catch up with you for a little bit here on the telephone the other day or earlier today. All right. All right, so we need to get some power cable. Let me get my cutters. I'm gonna go cut some power wire for this thing. Let's see. Some ferrite. I thought maybe Early popped back in here for a little bit this evening, but I guess not. Turn my small one up here just a little bit on the heat. This one, I like my small soldering iron the best versus the versus the big one. However, for soldering your big wires like what I've got here, it's a whole nother ball game. Yeah, I know he's been sick. He was over there working on a 6-pill amplifier earlier this evening. I gave him a call whenever I first got into the shop and trying to get everything set up and stuff packed. Because John's got a pretty healthy size order. It's going to go out. So, yeah, I said busy. He's got three boxes worth of stuff. So Christmas, he's gonna like Christmas this year. Got his 6-pill redone, brand new power supply, brand new radio. So I guess he's already got his meters set up. As with everything. He will definitely be ready to rock and roll here. We'll probably be able to hear him from PA down here to Indiana by the time it's all said and done. This ground worked in good. So, did you have the COVID as well, Squirrel? Is that what you're saying? I hear you, Donnie. Yeah, I definitely hear you on that. Like I said, I know that with everything that's been going on with this pandemic, they've talked about, and I know they've already started slowly implementing some of the original rules that they'd started with back here in Indiana. So, I'm hoping we don't wind up in another shutdown. But supposedly Indiana is one of the is in one of the highest danger zones for some reason. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that we're so close to Chicago and Detroit. I don't know if that's what the deal is as far as way up north on the other end. And of course, we've got Louisville, Kentucky. For me, Louisville, Kentucky is only about 48 to 50 miles away. Let's see. Wow. I actually did a portion of that myself, Donnie, back when I was in high school. Some of my friends actually, their grandpa actually used to, you know, they were grave diggers. I never got into that side of it, but I did work at a mortuary back in high school, and I actually liked the job. I probably would have stayed with it. Um, for the money as far as on the monetary side of it. However, the only time I ever got to work to make any money was, well, when somebody passed away. So, it wasn't a consistent enough job. You know, I mean, as a funeral director, yeah, you're fine, but you can go weeks or months without anybody because you've got enough of an income. Um, but as far as for high school, that's not really the case. So, but it definitely was neat riding around in the hearse and doing some of the stuff that's involved in that nature. Yeah, yeah, in that format, yeah, I could see that being incredibly busy. Um, it's not an easy profession, and it does take a special type of person really to be able to um, not necessarily handle the stress, but the emotions that go along with that job. we go. This camera seems to focus a little bit better. I don't think it's got quite as wide an angle, but you guys like this camera better or the other one? You know, set up in the same format. Well, have a good night, bud man, if you're getting out of there. Yep. The essential employee. So you like the camera and everything better on this one, on this feed, huh? If so, I can make provisions and actually put this on the stand. You know, if this one's doing a whole lot better as far as the camera, the audio, well, we know since we're using a different microphone, you know, that we've got, you know, much better as far as in relationship to the audio. So, um, you know, and the more feedback I get, the better I can make my videos. Alrighty, well, I will go ahead, like I said, and I'll make the necessary provisions to go ahead and make this then my go-to camera. Uh, I think it's a little faster as far as on the uh, I want to say focus. Yeah, as far as focusing, I think it's working a whole lot better because I can actually see it move based on what's going on here on the table. Okay, well, if the lighting looks better, and even though the camera's in the same location, if the lighting looks better, the audio's better, and the video's better, let me see what you guys think about this. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera down for just a minute and point towards my meters themselves. You know, I got a different stand for the camera that's located on my right side instead of on the left, like I've been shooting all my videos. But let's see if this will actually take care of the glare issue. And Charles, I know that you know, you've been in there, and that's one of the things that you've noticed as well. So let me try that for just a second. Let's see. Get it up here. Do, 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 do. I'll try to get that. All right, I guess I'm just going to have to hold it for a minute. All right, because this is one of the big things right here. Granted, I know I've got my cables in the way. Focus. Hopefully that makes it easier as far as on the meters. This one doesn't have a zoom, I don't think. At least if it does, I don't know how it's used. And like I said, that's what I'm trying to get in is the meters as far as that goes, so it's easier for everybody to read those. But if somebody knows of a particular webcam that Yeah, but can you read them? I mean, I know you can see them, but can you read them? Because now I can take the glare off of it. All right. Yep. Like I said, that's what I was trying to figure out. So I need to look at some other different cameras. Yeah. Well, like I said, I wished I knew. Yeah. The other camera I don't think had the glare on it. And like I said, that's one of the things that I've been fighting in the shop is the glare. But this will also let me get up here to my other meters and stuff, where you guys can see some of what's going on the workbench as well. If I can figure out where that's at. There we are. So, all right, so it works a little bit better, but it's not got the clarity as far away. But all right, if anybody's got other ideas or know of a particular webcam that you can manually zoom in and zoom out, um, please, give me some. Yeah, he's got the high dollar stuff. I'm not big enough to spend five, six, $8,000 for video equipment yet. So, you know, yeah, that and I don't sell that many amps. Um, but like I said, if you guys have got some suggestions as far as the different type of equipment, please feel free to give me a comment as far as something maybe that you've seen or somebody else that's used that has uh, a better quality. I've tried two different types. This one I think is, oh, let's see, the other one was a Logitech. And I don't remember what brand this other one was, but it was actually supposed to be a good one. These were, I spent about $60 or $70 a piece for those. Well, I can try moving it closer. Because like I said, that's one of the pet peeves that I've had. Um, I was trying to get all the meters in one shot. Because like I said, I mean, I know I can. I know I can move in. Probably squeeze three of them in there, maybe. But if I can get three in, I'll take it. Because we can always just pan over here and look at that one as well. But I think there's still just a little blurry, but that may be my eyes too. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, that's what I'm fighting. So back to the drawing board as far as cameras go. Like I said, that's one of the pitfalls that I've been having. So it's just like I need to tighten that little screw there. All right. But anyhow, yeah, I've not thought of, I've not considered a GoPro. I mean, I know some people use GoPros. Um, I'll do some looking in, but especially with Granted, I know this has got an autofocus, but it's still not quite, I don't think it's quite where we need it to be either. So I know if I focus in on like one particular meter at a time, should be okay. But to get that many at one shot for whatever reason with the cameras that I've got, yeah. But I'll look into that here as far as off and on when I've got a little more time this week. But anyhow, we've got one connection left to make on the inside besides putting the fan in. So let's get this hooked up. We'll hook up the fan. If I can get it worked around there. Alrighty. Now we can move on to the next stage, which is our pass through. Well, thank you, Squirrel. Like I said, I tried to put a little bit of heart and soul into it. I love that little dummy load for stuff like this right here. Grab a meter. Do. Okay. Another thing that I'm going to probably do too, coming up soon, is I think I'm going to get rid of this piece of plexiglass, because I think, for example, I mean, it looks kind of washed out right now. I think I'm getting too much glare off of the plastic that I've got on here for protection. Okay, let's go ahead and select the SWR meter. Okay, so right now we're showing about a 1.39 on the pass through. So let's go up here and pull one of our magic parts. Go off the ground here. Puts it down to 1.1. The legs are a little shorter on this one. Yeah, I don't have one of those real super duper fancy meters like BBI uses. Those are pretty pricey. Granted, now they've came down over the years, but I don't think they came down enough to merit me buying one. Okay, come on. Yeah, when you're holding it on there, it's kind of hard sometimes. Okay, 1.1 return loss 27 dB. So I think we need to go up just a little more. Over time, these little silver tip micas actually get a little bit of tarnish when you're just holding them. It's a little more difficult to get it down there. There we go. 1.0 with 28. I think we can live with that. All right, so let's put that in there and then we'll come back and see what it reads here in a minute. Although it's not necessary, it's still good, I think, anyways, to go back and use some kind of insulator just in case. Because the last thing we want to do is have a problem. Oh, Lord. Come on, it's 2290s, guys. It's not going to be super duper output. It's going to be, somewhere probably around 500. a little hook here. Okay. Straighten the little hook out. I have to put it back because I was going to go ahead and do right there and put just a small piece of insulation on it. And wunderbar. Well, hello, Wild Bill. I don't know, buddy. Like I said, it will be after the first of the year, because I've got projects that'll take me into January right now. Like I said, I've got to get all those caught up. Then I'll worry about taking anything new in. Let's see what we got here. Okay, 1.06 with a dB loss of 31. That's pretty good. Let's go back here. Go through all parameters. Okay, SWR 1.06. Z rated is at 51.7 ohms. That's pretty much ideal. So, yeah, that'll definitely work. Let's see, what's that? Well, it's all in who orders what. So, all right. Okay, let's get that out of the way. There we go. If I knock just one more thing off. Stay. Go back and tin these here too. Okay. Yeah, it's hard telling as far as a Wild Bill though what all projects he's got in here. Okay. Well, as far as on the pass-through, we've got a 1.0 as far as on the reflect going through the pass-through circuit. As far as the reflect on the amplifier, we don't know yet. We still got to hook that up, and I got to finish tuning it. So, I'm going to go ahead and do one more thing to this. Then we'll be ready for that, which won't take but a second. Okay. Alrighty, so should we go black or chrome? Black or chrome? Survey says black, black. Black. I don't know why yours got held for review. All right, so black it is since we got more of those. I'm going to say typically that's what I use most of anyways, is the black fan covers. I got to remember where I bought those at. It's been so doggone long. I don't remember what company though. I know it's a company here in the U.S., but I don't remember who it was. Sadly. I know it's one of the vendors that I don't use very often. I do remember that. Which I think I've still got about 50 or 60 black grills left, so it's not a big issue just yet. course, I usually try on certain little things like that. I try actually to go ahead and order um, essentially a year's supply worth. That doesn't always happen, because I mean, you're only looking at a couple of bucks a piece, but I try to buy, like I said, about a year's supply ahead of time, and then that way I'm good to go for a very long time. There we go. Okay. Got to make sure which way I'm orientating this for the wires. It's not really so much about whether I turn it the right direction, because I know I have to get that part right. But it's always remembering which one's the best for what we're doing. And this right here has got to be my least favorite part of doing these. Getting these crazy fans mounted. You wouldn't think it'd be that big of a deal, but my fingers are still too fat to fit in between there and get their screws started. That's part of the reason why I ordered. I've seen some people, they use right at, I think, 3/8. They use 3/8 screws for everything. And I have fought these crazy things enough. I actually ordered these that I'm using. These are actually 5/8 of an inch long. Yeah, they cost me an extra penny. Big whoop. But I don't have to fight them. You're catching on one, maybe two threads. Like I said, I refuse to fight it. I know one in particular builder, and I'm not going to mention his name, but he was very prone to trying to use just the bare minimum he could get by with. Now, granted, he's not out here anymore, but drove me crazy when I'd sit there and watch him put one together. Okay. Otherwise, I always like going back after I'm done and using a regular screwdriver too, just to make extra sure where that's at. Okay, one more piece. Okay. All right. All right, so what I did was I just wrapped that up, essentially so that I've got a loop that I can stick the wire through and solder to it, and it just makes it a lot easier as far as to hold onto the wire. Um, but we're actually going to install this down here on the board and use this for the ground for the fan. Okay. It's not a very big resistor, but it will actually change the tone and quiet it down just a little bit. And it's also supposed to help as far as so that you're less likely to get RF that actually would get back up into the fan. Not that this is going to produce that much RF, but on your larger boxes, that actually does make a difference. So that's part of the reason why even on a small build like this, I still like to put them on there. Alrighty. So we've got the fan done, box is done. All that's left is the tune. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to go ahead and tune this out. And then I'm going to come back here in just a little bit, and we're actually going to start in on the 48 pill once I've got this tuned out. Tomorrow, if I've got time before I leave for work, I'll go ahead and shoot a final video on this as far as with the numbers and all that good stuff. But as far as tonight, like I said, I'll go ahead and tune this out real quick, see where I'm at, and then we'll try to come back tomorrow with a final video with this thing all finished up. All right, guys, it's been great. This project's been a lot of fun for me. Hopefully, it has been for you guys as well. Stay tuned. I'm going to take a short recess and get me something to drink and get things set up after this for the 48 pill, because we're going to work on that yet tonight. So, all right, everybody, thanks for popping in. I definitely appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll see you guys here in about a half an hour or so. Thanks again.